Good morning and welcome to the weekend edition for this beautiful day. Super elated to have you join us this lovely weekend as the month, gradually comes to an end. I think we're at 18 now or 19.
We are on 19.
19.
Yeah.
So just yesterday we said Happy New Month. And before you know it, we're gradually getting to those ember months from August
And
where
this
it
is like
runs
the
very
seventh
fast.
month of the year.
Is it 7 already?
Yeah, the seventh month
I thought we
of
were
the
around
year.
5 or so.
Oh, sorry. Sincere apologies. Well,
Wow, it's 7.
join us in the seventh month, which is almost ending.
Okay, maybe I'll need to go back and wake up again.
Okay.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this weekend. My name is Ikechukwu Juwe. You've heard her voice. The delectable Jennifer Pius is here with me. Jennifer, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great. At least we can finally have a little connection that links us to sun.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Well, welcome to the Morning Express, the weekend edition, where we bring you what happens and what issues are on the newspapers, as well as some major discussions that shape the trajectory of the country. You don't want to miss any part of the conversation. Of course, our reviewer is already seated and he is fully packed to unravel what the papers are talking about. We're heading straight to the newspapers, and before I do that, I would like to welcome our newspaper reviewer for today. He's a media consultant and of course a broadcast journalist, and he's been in the media space for over 35 years.
32.
32
Going to 33.
years.
Yeah.
And he's an incredible broadcast journalist. Let's talking about Michael Bush.
Very nice to be here,
The boss.
Jennifer.
Good morning to you, the boss. It's great to
Jim,
have you be
good,
a part
nice
of
to
it.
be here. Yeah, fantastic.
Welcome.
All right, let's begin with Weekend Trusts. Weekend Trusts puts out the question, Buhari's political legacy, who takes over? You see the shoes. Don't know, did he get to wear this kind of shoes?
Pretty big shoes. Really
Indeed.
big shoes.
And still talking about the former president, we head to Punch, Saturday Punch. Saturday Punch looks at it from a different angle. Says here, inside 3,500 euros per day elite London clinic where Buhari died. The writer says, hospital boosts modern equipment, 900 doctors, treats over 120,000 patients yearly. NMA, MD Khan, NAD condemn leaders' lavish medical tourism. That's the angle. They're taking it from the Punch.
I'd like to fire the first salvo.
I was firing Jim. I thought you were not strong enough to fire those.
But I think I still take one more before
Okay,
you
then
fire back.
let's have that one in.
Let's take it from First News. First News says Buhari's final chapter, the death, the silence, the shadow of Jubril. Nation
Another
reflects
perspective.
on mystery, legacy, unanswered questions. Now you can take your fire.
Good. This is the part where I clear my voice very well. I'm
Okay,
prepared
please
for the
do it.
wahala.
Please do it. Good.
Okay. Officially, I like the last part of that paper there because once upon a time there was a Jubril in the picture, and that particular narrative almost sold that the person in Aso Rock was not Buhari, but a Jubril from Sudan, as we heard. Now that the man has passed on, do you think Nigerians will still be solving that puzzle as to who actually was there, or that has laid to rest the president who we know was President Muhammadu Buhari?
And in fact, just recently, I think last week, a former presidential aide came up to say that the rodent issue
Was also a lie.
Yeah, it was a lie. It
You
wasn't
remember
true.
that chapter?
Absolutely.
When they said rodents had chased the president out of Aso Rock for 2 weeks.
Even former chief of staff to the president saying there
Kerry.
was a cabal.
Yeah.
Gambari, saying there was a cabal all over the place. Okay, so I think we should allow this man rest in peace. I think it's a dishonor to Nigeria and Nigerians to do this to this man. I hear there's even been jubilation by Nigerians, so-called, because the man died. How do you jubilate over a dead man? A man who was head of your country, was president of this country, was in Aso Rock for 3 times. How do you jubilate about a man like that? The man lived a good life, ruled over you, and now has gone to be with his maker. So all this talk about Jubril Every time I have the opportunity, whether in public or in private, GM and Jennifer, to discuss matters like this, matters that touch on our humanity, knowing that today I'm here, I don't know what happens in the next 50, 100 years and all that. I put myself in the shoes of the man that I'm discussing. Do you understand? I'm not looking at Buhari. The man has finished his own. He had a great time. He's left. I also imagine my life, living up to this age, doing the things that is done, serving this country the way he tried to do it, and then people being ungrateful, you know, and saying all the things they wanted to say. As you said, they said Jubril, oh, they said this, they said that. As a matter of fact, the man himself joked recently about the fact that they even tried to marry a wife for him. They organized a wedding for him. There's nothing that we didn't do to this man, but thank God for his sense of humor. Thank God for the things he did. You know, all of us in the Bush clan would forever be grateful to President Muhammadu Buhari as he then was, for many reasons. But again, he was president of this country 3 times. I celebrate his memory. I celebrate his times. I celebrate everything concerning him. And I pray that the rest.
There was a particular newspaper that put a shoe. Now, that's where my question. If the director can please bring back that newspaper with the shoes, I'd like for the viewer to see that shoes. Because I want to, that's the weekend trust, yeah? Thank you very much. Now, Buhari's political legacies. Who takes over? Now, why am I asking this question? The CPC. The political bloc,
absolutely,
in the APC.
Yeah.
Now, in the course of the week, one of the newspapers flashed a headline that got me thinking. It read, "Tension in the CPC bloc as Buhari dies." Now, who leads the CPC bloc? Buhari had a cult-like following, massive following in the north. Who fits the shoes now? And that CPC bloc, will they still continue their loyalty with the APC or switch allegiance?
Great questions, GM. Who did Buhari take over from? That's a question Nigerians should ask. He took over from nobody. It was just Buhari. Is there a second Buhari like that? Is there any Nigerian? We see Nigerians loving him, giving him cult-like followership. It remains to be seen. I would rather say that I think in some sense the way the former president played his politics, I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be the greatest gainer, if you like, from the death of his predecessor. Yes, and in like manner, conversely, you can say that former Vice President Atiku and all his ADC people will be the greatest losers. Because I think they were trying to draw from the man. They were trying to pull the man in. They were trying to make sure people would see that, oh, the man was behind them. Now there's nobody like that behind them. And about President Tinubu, you know, former president, the late President Muhammadu Buhari was not that kind of man who spoke, who expressed himself, who said, oh, I support President Tinubu. He didn't do that. So now, the guys who are opponents to the president should look for something else to do, something else to tell the so-called 12 million voters that they kept telling us were just there for the taking, for the harvesting, you know. So it remains to be seen. I don't think there's any Nigerian that will take over. In any case, what shoes are they filling? It's Nigeria that needs, that has shoes for people to fill, not President Buhari.
You don't suppose it's going to bring about a puzzle in northern politics? Because I recall there are icons, there are people you look up to in the north. Whenever you want to talk about northern politics, the one figure you mentioned was President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
And everyone wanted to have his support. Everyone, when Nasir El-Rufai was in SDP, at some point he had gone to see Buhari. And all of this, where there was a northern meeting then, that I don't know if Buhari attended, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and some top politicians, they had it in the north. All was to try and consolidate the northern bloc. The one figure that led the political, angle in the north is no longer in the picture.
Absolutely.
Will this be an easy one for President Tinubu in 2027?
I think it would be a lie. It would be a disservice for the president to think that. And of course, the president is smarter than that. If there's a smart Nigerian, it's not if they lived the smartest Nigerian politician, it should be the current president. He should know more than just saying, okay, this man has moved to this one. No. Other things are still there. And by the way, all of this conversation that we're having, GM and Jennifer, do we realize that the man, Muhammadu Buhari, was just in politics for 22, 23 years? It's not been there for that long. He didn't like politics, he didn't like politicians until they convinced
him to come back.
So they confused him one way. Either they convinced or confused him to bring him into politics in 2002, 2003, around the Obasanjo presidency, when they needed to straighten some things and make the North look better and all of that, you know. So I don't think there's anything for anybody to now just lose sleep or begin to worry too much, apart from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, he should worry sometimes. He should also know this can work in his favor, but still it's too early to call.
But is there a possibility of a destabilized Northern Caucus following his death?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Those guys are too smart when it comes to politics. Unfortunately, I've not been able to use their smartness, their political smartness, to help their people. They're still, if you like, the poorer part of the country. The North is the poorer part of Nigeria and all of that. Even their people, their young people, their children, they're really poor. Most of them are out of school and all of that. But I think that while this can go either way. You know, this can become a plus. This can become a weakness. This can become a minus. This can become a strength. You know, and all of that. I believe that the absence of President Muhammadu Buhari, as he then was, his death, would suddenly be an eye-opener to the Northerners.
Before we go to the next newspaper, which Jennifer is preparing to take us to, I hate to put you on the spot or throw a curveball at you. Who leads Northern politics now?
Well, there are a few names there. There are a few names there.
That can lead Northern politics?
Yes, there's Atiku Abubakar, who's been there forever. Unfortunately, he's getting older and himself is not realizing that there can't be a second Buhari. I can tell you that, who tried the presidency third time and on the fourth time of asking went in there. This one has tried even more than 3 times, and it's not been as consistent as President Buhari.
Politically consistent.
Yes, it's not been politically consistent. He's been flopping. You know, he's here today, tomorrow he's there, tomorrow. You know, if this man had stayed with one political party, by now he would have been president. But you know, even now again he's moving and all. I don't know what the problem is, but he's a leader up north, even nationally. Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, is a leader that needs to be watched. You know, because
so you think the North is going to rally behind him now?
No,
become the Northern political figure?
No, I don't think they will rally behind him, but it's a possibility. There's also Nuhu Ribadu. Who is saving this government. Yes, there's also Nasser El-Rufai. There's also Kwankwa. So that a couple of names there. You know that, well, if they would just leave a little selfishness, which has become, if you like, the second name for politicians in Nigeria, if they would just leave that and look at Nigeria as a country, as one indivisible unit, and take the right choices in 2027, they can cause some problems for the sitting president.
Take the right choices.
Yes.
To the north or to the south?
Yeah. To the south.
To the south.
To the south. If they bring out a Northerner, he will lose in 2027.
I'd like to leave it there, Jennifer.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Since he brought up Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, let's head to The Nation, where that is captured. The Nation says here, PDP chair mocks Atiku over exits from party. His exit, not new. We're expecting his return, says Damagum. Many people congratulating us on his resignation. Spokesman Olubadan. Party survival depends on national convention. Well, that is for Atiku Abubakar, and you had made mention of that, his movement. Now, this movement has sparked a lot of conversation. Some are of the opinion he's moving so he can grapple with activities or manage activities in the coalition, the ADC. And some are of the opinion, why didn't he move all along? Or what was keeping him while he was still running the underground of the ADC? So many thoughts. What's yours?
Yeah, number one is that there's too much emptiness with the Nigerian leadership fullness. It's something I wrote in my column, I think a couple of weeks back or last week. The emptiness or fullness. How do you become the national chairman of a political party? How are you the national chairman of a political party? Somebody leaves your political party. Instead of being serious with how you can react to it seriously, you descend to the arena. You do like children, school children on the playground. You start mocking the person. And that's the kind of things you see. You see so much emptiness with these so-called leaders, and sometimes it's
you
just...
think it's mockery to say that Atiku will be back?
No.
As Damagun puts it.
I'm not reacting to the story. I'm reacting to the headline, and this is how most media outfits have reported this story. Because, yes, it will be the way he said it and all of that. There are things that should not be done by leaders. All this mockery, all this, oh, this one came to my house, I gave him food, he ate, the thing fell from his mouth. Sometimes you just look at them and wonder whether these people are actually leaders or followers or, all of that. So, the former vice president of Nigeria has become like a serial presidential contender. He's always contesting, but that is him. That is for him. But I will not have anybody mock him after all. He's been vice president, whether you like it or yes, he was vice president for 8 years. And even that alone is enough for him. It's just that, well, the man wants to make sure he also answers the other name without the vice, So I don't support all this mockery, all these very unleadership things.
Let me ask you, Atiku's resignation from the PDP.
Yes.
Are they lost a strong political capital?
No, they lose nothing. They remains even one Atiku-like member of the PDP that also has to go. The party loses nothing by, if anything, unfortunately, the former vice president was a divider. It was a
divider, you say?
Yes, it was a divider.
That's very strong.
Yes, it was a divider. He did not unify the party. And, of course, I'm not on his side. I'm not on nobody's side, but he did not unify the
statement
party.
credited to the former president.
Yes.
For nobody and for everybody.
Well, but mine is different, all right?
Okay.
The former vice president didn't do well, did not show any patriotism. He didn't even show maturity.
You think he should have stayed in the PDP?
I don't think he should have stayed in the PDP as Jennifer read a moment ago. I think he should have gone much earlier. He should have left the party. The moment you don't agree with the party, with the leaders of the party, or the way the party is going, you just quietly move. Don't stay there and be causing trouble, fighting. What is that for? I thought that was for school children. And some of these are leaders, sometimes they show us these school children tendencies that you don't understand. That's the only point that I criticize him. I thought he should have gone earlier. He should have gone far. And then he moves too much. But
Don't you think his conviction drives him? Like Abraham Lincoln. I mean, look at the story of Abraham Lincoln. He tried, although he wasn't flip-flopping, going from here to there. But he was convinced that one day he was going to be president.
I thought you answered the question. You answered that
conviction.
question. Apart from that, when you said it wasn't flip-flopping, that's just it. My dear GM, you could just stay one place and anything would happen. You could, even if you want to move, let it be once. Let it not be like the long hand of a bad clock. You go in front, you come back, anti-clockwise, clockwise. I don't agree with that one, and then that becomes unbecoming. It becomes like a calm down, So we wish him well.
But do you think, like you had mentioned earlier, you said some political figures in the north, and you had also mentioned him. You don't think that he would have acted as a father figure to the People's Democratic Party? He's one of the founding fathers of the PDP.
One of the earliest financiers of the party. Yes, you're right. Yes, it would have been. I thought GM and Jennifer, I think sometimes it's even better to be a godfather, to be a kingmaker than the king himself. It's easier to be a kingmaker and the king. I mean, it's even sweeter. But some people just want that pie. They want that pie and all that. So I don't agree with the way he's done. Even the way the animosity with which they play the politics of 2027. So everything now, you would have noticed. Since they started, whether it was when they were in PDP, even when they were in APC, or when they were in this ADC, or in ADC now, they have not brought one good idea that they would do better than the current president. They have not. Just tell Nigerians, okay, this is where this president is failing, this is where he's failing, he's come short here, we'll do this, we'll do. No idea. It's just let's remove him. Nigerians made that mistake in 2015. I think Nigerians are, if you like, wiser now.
Let me ask you. You think the crisis in the PDP was all about Atiku's aspiration?
Yeah, it was Atiku and Minister Wike. You know, they tore the party.
I'm talking aspiration now.
Yes.
Was it because of Atiku's aspiration?
It was Atiku and Minister Wike. I'm not going to run away from that.
Minister Wike didn't have the aspiration.
He had aspiration. He stood for that primaries. You know, immediately after, since that primaries, we have not had peace in the PDP. And, well, you know, it remains to be seen.
Okay, so now, sorry, forgive me. I'm not trying to say somebody is, but look at the Jonas story.
Yeah, yeah.
Immediately,
in this
Jonah
case,
was off
Jonas.
the ship.
GM, I think we should just run away from that matter.
Immediately, Jonah was off the ship.
There are two Jonas. There are two Jonas now.
But one has left.
One has to
yes,
go.
so
The other has to go.
Yeah. The other. Where does he even belong? Minister Wike.
PDP.
He's of the PDP.
So, okay, it's PDP.
Yes.
Okay, we're making progress, even if backwardly so, in this country. Yeah, I hope that even that party itself is smart enough to become like a political party.
Become like a political
yes,
party.
Yes. You know, most political parties are not political parties. You know, in the Shegu Shagari years, as a matter of fact, that's when, I think this is 1984. Yeah, that's when I'm just coming to my own. I'm 13 years old. I remember the national chairman of NPN was greater than the president of the country. State chairman of NPN were greater than governors. Governors will need to go. No, but now things have totally changed. The national chairman of APC, for instance, would be at the mercy of the president, and state chairman, that one you don't even need to discuss it, you know. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, let's discuss some other issues still on The Nation, this time around about the Labour Party. The Nation says here, Labour Party LP factions clash over tenure extension for Usman and others. Abure, neck meeting illegal, says OT isolated. We've been on the Labour Party for as long as ever. And with this extension, would you foresee any uncharted waters? Or will there be a resolution at some point?
This extension, sir, this Labour Party, its own, is the one that confuses me. They have labored for only themselves. Labour Party has not labored for the people. I would like to see Labour Party just, well, I know all of this is politics, you know. Unfortunately, whichever way you turn now, whichever political party you go, there is crisis, you know. So unfortunately, there is, even laborers no longer believe in Labour Party, unfortunately.
But can I ask?
They should just put their house in order.
The factionalization of the Labour Party is clear. It's on three divides. Julius Aburi, Nannadi Usman faction led with Alex Oti, the Abia State Governor, which is also allied to Peter Obi.
Yes.
And then you have the Lamidia Papa that has not left the picture. Question is, will this affect Peter Obi's aspiration in 2027?
Of course. It affected him in 2023. He would also still do even more damage in 2027. So that is the gentleman that you want to just appreciate his maturity, his calmness, his tactics, you know, when it comes to this thing. He's a dangerous politician because unlike the other people we have discussed on this program who are all over the place looking for, oh, want to go here, want to go here, he's quite tactical and, you know, he's just quite tactful. So we need to keep watching him and just, he's the kind of person who should have moved on. You know, you know.
Moved on. You think he should leave the Labour Party?
Before? What is he waiting for?
He should leave the Labour Party.
He should leave the Labour Party, of course.
And go where?
There is no hope in the Labour Party. And go where there can be hope for him.
ADC? PDP?
Or the APC. That's
but I hope that
the APC is a no-no.
Yes, it can go.
It's an absolutely no. It's a big no-no.
Yeah, it can go there and challenge the sitting president. You never know, you know. So,
but you're of the opinion he should leave the Labour Party.
What will he be staying there for? You know what this whole thing is about.
Who should leave? Julius Abure, Lamidia Papa, Nannadi Usman faction.
No, those ones who, especially Julius.
But there's a court situation that is complicating matters.
So, you know, all of this is political. It's not about the people. It's not even about Labour Party. It's just about 2027. Unfortunately, it's not about elections. It's not about presidential elections. I can tell you that for free. I know that. So any smart politician, sometimes you just look at it and you try to
let me
take the
bring
easy way
in
out.
Peter Obi in the spotlight.
Yes.
You're saying he should move.
Yes.
But then he went to the Labour Party.
Yes.
To contest in the last election. Don't you think he should put in all of his tactics to ensure that the Labour Party is stabilized? But he's been a bit...
Fix the crisis.
Yeah, fix the crisis.
Yeah, because there's no crisis there that is fixable. The Labour Party crisis is not fixable. It's an election thing. It's politics. You would never reconcile them. They know what they are doing. They are doing it to make sure the party is not together.
So are you buying the opinion or the speculation that some political big names are instigating these troubles in other parties?
Jennifer, if you played this game and you were in the position of those political big names, you do worse. You know,
I would.
So.
Are you indirectly saying that our question is true? That someone is behind the crisis?
You would know that.
Parties?
You would know that every time I come here, I say the things that I want to say. The ones that I don't want to say.
So what are you saying?
I just said.
The crisis?
No, I just said. No.
I
I just said what I said. I said that Peter Obi should be smart enough to walk, because the crisis that Labour Party will never be resolved.
I'd like to repeat Jennifer's question, and forgive me for being stubborn. It's a simple question.
The answer is yes. Don't put the question.
Somebody's behind the crisis.
Absolutely.
Across political parties.
Yes, I think so.
Then who then?
I'm wondering. I'm wondering. I am really wondering. But you know, if, as Jennifer said, I hold the yam and the knife, and you're trying to take that yam and the knife from me, any tactics, you know, it's politics. You know, everybody can play. And if people allow themselves to be used, you used them. I mean, you use them.
Something you said now just struck a chord.
Yes.
Recently, Julius Aburi visited the FCT minister.
Very good.
People are talking.
Yes, we're making progress, even if backwardly so in this country.
Question is,
yes.
Is he going to... You can almost take the words off my mouth.
Absolutely.
Is he obnobbing? Are we going to see him play the politics that the FCT minister played with the PDP in 27 in favor of the incumbent?
I told you we're making progress, even if backwardly so.
What's the progress?
The progress of people using political platforms to gain and then drawing the members of that political platform backward. You know, so that's the situation.
Do you think the Labour Party has followership under Julius Aburi?
I think the Labour Party, I'm sorry to say, just became Labour Party because of Mr. Peter Obi. And without Mr. Peter Obi, Labour Party will go back to where it used to be.
So shouldn't they have...
the party and the party dies?
Well...
You said he should live.
Of course.
He leaves the party and the party dies?
See, the party will not die. Labour Party will not die. You know, Labour Party cannot die. But Labour Party would have to wait for when... you know, very interesting. So, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, is God. Suddenly, God tells the earthly father of Jesus, take Jesus to Egypt until all of this blows over. For those who say that God kills, why didn't God even kill that king at that time? First, he did not. He just removed him and then brought him back. So, a time comes for Labour Party to run away, or for Peter Obi to run away, just to live, to fight another day.
So he should run away
come back again
and not fight in 27. You said leave, run away
from Labour
to
Party.
Fight another day.
Yes.
I'm putting it bluntly straight to you. He shouldn't fight in 27. He should come back and fight another day.
It's not even what I say. It's not even what I say. In 2027, it will be an uphill task. But if he doesn't fight in 2027, he has to wait until 2039.
So he should fight in 27 then?
He should. He should if he wants. He should if he wants.
Okay.
Okay,
but you know the current man, and we can take this a step higher since we want it. The current occupant of Aso Rock is a dangerous politician. Not even
what makes him dangerous?
Not even the establishment I'll come to that and answer. But not even the establishment wanted him in 2023. He was an outsider. He succeeded. And you know, the establishment hardly fails to stop those they want to stop. They didn't stop him. So it's now that he's there that you go and stop him. That's number one. Number two.
Power of incumbency?
Absolutely. Not that. He just knows the set of 1999 governors. If you see, is in a league of his own. Number one, most of the people he appointed are still holding one political office or the other. In fact, one of his Attorney General, when he was governor, became Vice President of the country. His Chief of Staff, and then his Chief of Staff became governor after him, and then became Minister of Works, Housing, and all of that.
Fashola.
Yes. So all the people he appointed. So there's no leader as visionary, as futuristic as he was. And then himself now finally comes. He says, Emiloko, right?
Yeah.
Emiloko, and said it was his turn. And we say, no, he's not his turn. He did not take the turn. So it's now that he was an outsider and said that. It's now he's sitting there. So, but you know, you look at him, even look at the way he sounds, look at the way he looks. He seems to know what he's doing.
You called him a dangerous politician.
Very dangerous. Very
what
dangerous.
Makes him dangerous?
He doesn't talk too much. He doesn't talk too much. He just gets things done. You say this one is not going to be, he becomes. He said this one is not good. What has he not achieved, this man? So even me, I'm scared of him. And those who want to stop him in 2027.
You wish them luck.
Yes, they should really work harder. They should. It's not these things they are doing. All these schoolboy politics they are playing. If they want to stop President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, yep. They should find out more. They should dig the man from under the ground. They should try, because I think the man has roots, political roots. Yes, political roots across this country. They should go deeper than him if they want to even make any impact in 2027.
Okay. Let me still take you to Peter Obi. Now, he's been fingered to be part of the hopefuls for the coalition of the ADC. You think that will work out for him?
We hope so. We hope that. We hope so. We hope that Mr. Chukwu allows it.
Allows it?
Yes, because he needs to allow it. Unfortunately, people don't give people politics. They don't give you seats. They don't give you opportunities in politics. You take them. And Mr. Peter Obi doesn't look like somebody who wants to take. He wants to.
Let me ask you.
Unfortunately.
2027, before we go to the next newspaper, there are some who say the election is going to be between the president and Nigerians. Yeah. There are some who say 2027 is going to be between the president and the ADC, who are feeding off the sentiment of hunger, insecurity, the economy. These are unemployment. These are issues Nigerians are complaining of. That's why some say, is the election going to be between the president and Nigerians, or the president and the ADC?
That's a fantastic question. And to answer that question, there are two variables, there are two components that you must understudy. Number one is Nigerians. What manner of people are they? Are they fighters? The voters? The Nigerian electorate, would they say, we want to do this and they stand through? You have to go back.
You don't think people change?
Well,
situation can make people change.
And number two, let's go back to 2019. Things were worse. Things were worse. Economically, the statistics were worse in 2019. What happened?
But it's not any better.
Yeah, but somehow...
And some will say it's getting worse. Well, even worse than it was.
Well, I don't know. I think that this president is doing... Nobody gets to Asoro. Nobody gets to leadership and just be sitting there and making sure that, no, you are allowing things get worse. The problem of this country is not a 4-year matter. You cannot resolve the rot of this country. You cannot resolve it in 4 years.
You've sparked the conversation.
Yes,
you sparked the conversation.
Some say it takes a political will to solve that.
He's trying it. He's trying. I mean, he's trying. As far as I'm concerned, he's trying. I'm not of his political party. I'm not here. I'm not on his government payroll. I'm not here to blow his trumpet. But I just tell you, okay, even go back to our history. Go back to 1999. Who has been president of this country that Nigerians even at some point applauded? We're always complaining, always all the. And Nigerians, we ourselves, we the people, how are we supporting government? What are we doing to support our country? We talk too much, we complain too much.
Are you saying, in your heart of hearts,
Yes.
as they say, in your church mind,
Yes.
that you cannot fix Nigeria in 4 years?
You cannot. You cannot. You can just try. See, the problem is deep. Number one, you even have to fix our mindset. The problem with this country is our mindset. There ought to be a deep mental re-engineering. Deep mental. In fact, if it were even possible to say, okay, you know, all this thing of 4 years, the American system is not working for this country. Just make it 7 years, 1 term, everybody goes home.
7
that
years
the-
minus 1, that's 8 years. So
Yes.
why don't you just say 6 then?
Yes, no. I'm just saying, just have some time so that the man comes into office. Takes 2 years to navigate. Not this one, you just take 1 year, the following year election starts. What kind of system is this? The system is not working. When did we finish 2023 elections? It's not up to 3 years. Now we're already discussing 2027. How can we make progress?
Don't you think if the president really wanted, which is what some people are saying, to get things done, he'll not be distracted by the next term?
Who's distracting him? It's the people. It's we the people. We have already started that conversation for we want to remove, we want to remove. If they want to remove you, will you not also react? So that is it. It's the people. It's the Nigerian media. It's you, me, Jennifer.
No, take me out.
Yes.
You can put yourself.
Well, it's the
Okay.
Nigerian
Come
media.
here.
We sparked this conversation. 2027. We are just in 2025. 2 years after we suffered in 2023 elections. What are the dividends? What have we enjoyed to now start looking at? And most people don't even know. They won't even live to see 2026, let alone 2027. You know, so this is the problem with this country. We're always in haste. We want to talk about the future. Want to go there. Want to go there.
But
What
isn't
about the
it
dividends
because
of
of
the
the
past?
activities that are ongoing? You see all of his meetings, stakeholders meetings, and discussions, whispers in the corridors.
If Nigerians want that kind of conversations to stop, it will stop. But because Nigerians also feed from those crumbs, you know, people like it. When they go to those meetings, they think...
Mr. Bush,
Yes.
you say Nigerians are always in a haste. We're always in a hurry. We want things done. Can you blame us? Over the years, it is the same promises: roads, power, employment, economy. And we're still discussing it. Can you blame Nigerians for being in a haste to have this particular promises we've been hearing since 1960 till now be addressed? Can you blame Nigerians?
Since 1960, GM and Jennifer, have the leaders that we have had, has any of them come from Chad, Cameroon, Congo, UK? Since then, they have been Nigerians. So our problem is inherent. It's our problem. It's we. Even the leaders that we elect, how do we elect them? The leaders that we vote for in this country. The moment the conversation is going now, we start discussing blood. This one is my friend. This one is this one is my political party. We're not even looking for people who can do the job. It's when we have given the votes, when people have taken office, we don't even allow them to concentrate on that job. 6 months down the line, we start quarreling with those people. We start wanting to throw them out. And I ask Nigerians, if it were you, will you allow them to throw you out? So this is the thing that has distracted this country. Nigerians just need to get back to the drawing board. When you have given somebody a 4-year mandate, please stand with the person up until the next elections. When the next elections are coming, not this one with the distraction.
Are we supposed to keep quiet when the job is not done? Are we supposed to keep quiet when things are not getting better?
See.
Are we supposed to keep quiet when insecurity, unemployment, these same issues continue unattended to?
Fantastic question. Jen and Jennifer, you are ill, for instance. You take tablets, or you go see your doctor, he gives an injection. It's not automatic. You'll be shocked. That thing, you may be 95% healed, but you're still having symptoms. This country, the powers that be, whether at the subnational level, whether even at the local government level, whether nationally, they are doing their best. It is just Nigerians to also now, in any case, even if you want to change government, allow it. Quarter to elections, now do that. All of these other things that you would do too early are a distraction. And those distractions come back to haunt us as a people.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's look at Saturday Tribune. Saturday Tribune takes us to the National Summit. It says here, Nigerians say enough to flawed federation, flawed constitution. Now, what are they saying specifically is flawed? Let's go to Saturday Vanguard, which explains that. Saturday Vanguard says constitution review. Nigerians propose a single 6-year tenure for president, governors to avoid the use of public funds for re-election campaigns. Disruption of governance. You just stated
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
You think
He
this
said
will
7.
solve our
Yes.
problems?
He said 7.
Yeah.
And I
is-
said 6.
7 is better, but 6 is good. 6 is also
But
good.
do you think this will solve all our
It
problems?
will not solve all our problems, but at least you know that there will not be this re-election wahala. This re-election wahala is a big, big thing with this country. There's something else you mentioned earlier about a flawed constitution, flawed federation. There's something the young man says, Ima. So after Nigerians have said this, what
Ima.
next? Ima.
And that's
Question I'll ask you
proposing-
is, people are saying we shouldn't review the Constitution. We shouldn't edit, expunge. We should create a new Constitution. Which should we do?
Which one is easier? Because to do a new constitution, you know, the framers of the constitution, you know, if you look, even this state creation stuff, you would notice that it's the military. They could do those things because they did it with some
Fiat.
fiat. Democratically, to have a new constitution, and in a country like Nigeria, because it means that through the National Assembly, the Senate, the House of Reps, then the Houses of Assembly. Hey. Before you even do that, your 4 years are up. You go home and all of that. So that's why when they talk about creating states, sometimes you just have to...
Can I be more pointed?
Yes.
Do we need a constitution, a new constitution, or we just need to fix the old constitution?
Yeah, it's a great question again. What have we done with the 1999 Constitution? What have we really done with it? What have we... is it even the Constitution that is our problem?
Well, okay, let me put it out right to you. Do you even think the 1999 Constitution is flawed?
It's flawed, yes, I agree. There are many things there. There are many things. There are
So
many
if it's
parts of
flawed,
it.
why not do a new one then?
Yes, yeah, but how easy is it to do a new one? But again, I would tell you, the Constitution might be flawed, but the people of Nigeria are more flawed.
Okay.
You have
And
a
that
problem with
is-
Nigerians.
No, but that is our problem.
You're
We are the
one.
problems of this country. We are the problems of this country. Until we are honest enough to accept that even leadership is not going to change, because it's from among us that you bring leaders. And when you bring them, they have to act like us. It's just like saying that the media would be different. The Nigerian media would always reflect the society, would always be a carbon copy of Nigeria.
Strong.
So you're saying that the media is flawed? Well, I wouldn't go there. Well, still looking at the 6-year tenure, and it still brings questions of corruption, questions of embezzlement of funds. You don't think this 6-year one tenure would further embolden some politicians into taking the junk of the money,
They
knowing
know they
fully
won't come
well,
back again.
yeah,
They're
not coming
accountable
back.
to
So
anybody.
let me just
finish it.
take
Let me just take
mine.
my own chunk and go.
A great way to look at it. But you know, always when I see a cup of water that is not filled up, I call it half full, not half empty. You know, so they are doing 4 years. Are they not still carrying the money? You know, are they not still carrying it? Those who want to carry would carry. Those who want to add value to this country will add value to this country.
In this conversation of constitution review or amendment, whichever term,
Yeah.
the patriots, led by Emeka Anyoko,
Yes.
Obongata, and the likes,
Yeah.
they're having some kind of confab.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
hope they
making
listen
some-
to them. I
Yeah,
hope
they,
they listen to
they
those
make
ones.
some great, proposals, including independent candidature. What's your thought about
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. That's one way of fixing this country. Just allow independent candidates so that I can wake up tomorrow now and say I want to run for this office, and I do not need to go through the wahala of a political party. So it will be good.
Do you think the political parties are also contributing to
Of
Nigeria's
course, they are 98% part of the electoral problems, political parties of Nigeria.
problem? How? In what way?
In every way, in every sense. You know, number one, they don't even throw up the kind of processes you think the patriotic processes, if you like. If they really love this country, that's not the kind of... You need to see sometimes the quality of candidates thrown up by political parties. But again, the political parties are a reflection of the country. They are not in America. They are not in Europe. They are in Nigeria. So they must bring forth Nigerians, and Nigerians who look like Nigeria.
Okay, well, we still have Saturday Independent to look at what it talks about this time around, although still about the Constitution review. It says here, 1 year after Supreme Court judgment, local government autonomy is still in limbo.
Very good. That's the point I just made a moment ago. That's the point I made. The Supreme Court of the land spoke a year ago. So how far? And then you say Nigerians are not.
But the question is, in that Supreme Court's judgment, there are legal minds who have said there's a lacuna, which is also in the Constitution, especially the issue of joint accounts.
Yes.
That if certain aspects of that is not looked into, it will be hypocritical to think
Absolutely.
that the local government areas will be actually autonomous.
Great point. I've never been a governor, but I empathize and sympathize with state governors because, I was a supervisor for education, youth, sports and culture for Uran Local Government Council between 2001, 2002, 3, something like that, or 2000 and 2002. And I remember that sometimes other local government areas owed salaries. There were stories of people, workers going for 10, 11, 12, 13 months without salaries being paid. Why? When I investigated as a journalist, I found out it was not because the chairman or the runners of those local governments stole money. No, they didn't. What happened was that, for instance, in Uyo, every big man wants the wife or family members to work in Uyo local governments. Do you understand? So whether nurses, teachers, so Uyo has like bloated stuff. And so Uyo cannot pay from just Uyo local government because it's not just Uyo people there. Do you understand? So Uran has to contribute. Everybody has to contribute to a post, and then we make sure everybody is paid. I think that is some wisdom. Whether other things happen there is not for me to say. I wouldn't even know. But I think it's a good strategy. So this joint accounting is not just necessarily an evil thing. After all, even nationally, the subnationals and the federal government, they also have a federal
but they get their
joint
facts.
account.
They get their facts. They
Yes.
get their allocation. So what is wrong? Because, the question, again, was it not hypocritical ab initio to have granted autonomy to the local government area without financial autonomy?
Absolutely. Yeah, but that is Nigeria. That's how we do things. Nigerians, we do things and we do as if we're not doing them. We do things. So Nigerians set out the leadership of this country, the followership of this country, Nigerians and people, we do it. And we know that AC is not going to work. We just go and buy it and put it there and say we have done the AC. So we knew what we're doing.
Back to the Constitution again.
Yes.
Because that's the lacuna there.
Yes.
The joint accounts issue.
But they can resolve that.
And that is why
they can sit down and
people
resolve
are
it.
asking.
They can sit down and resolve it and say, okay, once money comes, this percentage will be taken into the joint account so that it can take care of salaries.
Is it about percentage or about the local government areas truly getting the monies that they need for development? After all, that's the closest
They are not
level
getting
of
it.
development.
They are not getting it. They are getting it. I know that in Akwa Ibom.
Are you sure they're getting it?
Yes, I see that local government councils are healthier. I see. I recently went to Ibion Ibom, Obon Swakapumo. The honorable chairman there has even started the road. I think 450 meters, 500 meters.
But there's a difference between getting more funds than getting the allocated
actual
funds
allocation
for the local government.
No. They can't get the actual. No, I just made that point here. Please, let's not do political arguments. If, for instance, Eastern Obolo, people of Eastern Obolo will be here. So because a far-flung local government area, some big people may not like, or some workers may not be there. Now, Eastern Obolo, Ikorobasi, Mpareni, everybody, they contribute to a central purse with the other 38 local government areas of Akwa Ibom. No, excuse me, 28. I just mentioned 3, so 28. So they, in that pool now, they're able to pay all the workers. That's the only money that goes out there. Do you understand? So that the other money is allowed to the local government chairman to run their things.
Then we're not ready for autonomy then.
But that's autonomy.
That's not autonomy.
At the states, is there autonomy for subnationals?
Absolute autonomy. You give them their monies. No percentage now.
No. The federal government takes some money. The federal government always backs some money.
like
it could
FAC
be for
allocations.
ecology, it could be for, there are some things, for loans, for this,
No,
for
but
that.
let's look at it. FAC allocations, states, they get their monies. Why can't the local government areas, the same way FAC releases money to the states, release it to the local government areas?
No, we cannot all sit here. I've been doing this job for 32 years, and I know that I have asked local government chairmen. I used to bring them, I would ask them on air, do they give your money? Say yes. If you, local government chairman, tell me they give you your complete money, who am I, a non-councillor self, to come and be saying that they don't give you your complete money? Bring a local government chairman, for instance, in Akwa Ibom, let him come and sit here and say, I did not get the money. Then we can start this conversation.
I see.
But what if they're covering it up or not?
So we hold them. We hold the chairman. It's not to be saying, how can you even cover it up? How, if you ask Governor Moino now, as President Tinubu giving you this your money, no. If you have not given President Moino, excuse me, well, Governor Moino. Governor Moino will now scream. No. Even though he's friends with the president, no, they have not given me. So why can't local government chairman do the same?
Are you invariably saying or alleging?
You are the one that has been alleging. Now
No.
you
Let me just put it straight now, because I mean, you're saying that even if they were not getting their monies, they will not talk.
No, I didn't say that.
That would be an indictment on the issue of the electoral process,
I didn't say
which
that.
many have said that they usually are not elected. They are appointed.
Well, those things are political conversations. Who's been elected, who's not been elected, you know. I'm just saying that if they have not received the money, until they say so, until we have their say so on that, we cannot hear the...
But you said it yourself that they won't say it.
No, of course. But, so that because they have not received it, they have not...
so if they won't say it, that would mean they do not want to offend their appointer.
No, it may not be. Who's the appointer? No, they were elected. They were elected. Let's not
Were they?
to that. Yes, they were elected, of course. They were elected. If you were not elected, your people will not allow you in office.
If they were elected, then why are we talking about NILJEC, which is supposed to be another institution taking care of local government elections? If local government elections have been credible, if they were elected, I ask again.
Which elections in this country have been credible? You know, so we should stop doing this thing. This one that is not for us, this one that is for us, we cover it. Which elections in this country have really been credible? We make local government chairmen and councillors, even supervisors, we make them the whipping boys, we make them, what do they call, the scapegoats. You know, not fair enough. Nigerians, we have to look inwards. Every election in this country, they are done the Nigerian way. Do you understand?
Nigerian way.
Yes, they're done the Nigerian way.
Do you mind defining Nigerian way?
Yeah, America has its own way of doing elections. Even America, even the United States of America, they're still quarreling with the electoral process. So what about Nigeria?
But it's more credible.
More credible? Well, you tell President Trump that. He only is more credible when he wins. When President Trump loses, you know.
It's not credible.
He's not credible.
Okay.
You know, President Trump can be a Nigerian too.
So you're saying every country has its own peculiarity.
Absolutely. And I'm also saying that this democracy is not made for Nigeria.
So what is
we should look
Nigeria?
for a system. We should look for a system, something like a quasi mixture. We just mix a dictatorship or what carry democracy and just rub it and make it.
So democracy isn't for Nigeria.
It's not for Nigeria. It's not working clearly. You can see it. It's not working. It's not working. And it's too expensive for us.
I see.
Well,
it's not working now. But it's not working.
It's
not working. Everybody can see it. The lady in Lagos is already waiting for you. So let me
All right, that's media consultant and broadcast journalist, Farawa Michael Bush. Thank you very much.
It was very nice. Always nice to come to your studios.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank
it
you.
was a very engaging
And by the
session.
way, today we are recording 20 questions in Okanafo.
Beautiful. That's
so if
nice.
you are watching us and you are around Abia, all those states, any place around Okanafo, Nikora Pankuk, we'll be there from 4 p.m. recording up until 11 p.m. tonight.
19
I'll
questions,
ask you for my money
panelists.
later.
No?
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Well, 19 questions.
No, but it's your station's program.
Yeah, but you didn't pay me for that advertisement.
No, but it's your station program.
We'll talk
Your
about
station,
that.
I'll send you a
send you a
questions
paper
panel.
later.
Your station should even be
I
running.
will send you
your station
a
should be
paper
running
later.
No, and very serious note. You should be scrolling that 20 questions is recording. Many people want to come. They asked me that.
As I have said, I will send you a paper later.
19 questions, panelists. And and this is where we'll dock. As we'll just take a breather, and when we return,